What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and in this video we're back on the mock drafts, and this time we are including trades. I'm trying a different format here, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But let's just hop right into this thing. We're using trades, and we're doing a mock draft. And this one is kind of crazy. Okay, this is a lot different and a lot, I guess, yeah, just a lot different than any of the other ones that we've done. I mean, the other ones, I feel like it seem more realistic. This one's just really crazy, but I think it's also potentially could happen because the draft is always going to be crazy. There are a few trades. Should be fun. Let's get it started. Okay, pop, let's go. I'm sorry, I'm hyped a little bit. The first pick, Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow. We don't need to spend much time here. Joe Burrow, you might as well draft him now. We already know he's going there, the best quarterback in college football. What else do I need to say? What else do I need to say? 60 touchdown passes. 60? Okay, let's move on. Second pick in the draft, I have Chase Young. Now, I know Andrew Thomas could potentially go here, but in this mock draft, I'm taking Chase Young at number 2 for the Washington Redskins. I'm leading, like, right now, I'm kind of feeling like 80% Chase Young. Actually, more like 90% Chase Young, 10% an offensive lineman like Andrew Thomas. That's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I think to get Chase Young, outstanding. I think he is the best edge rusher coming out of this draft easily. I know, like, the last couple games weren't great statistically, but I still feel like this dude is an absolute baller. He comes in here. Now, let's get the trade alert going. We got a trade alert, y'all. That is right. We have a trade, and the Detroit Lions are trading back, which I think a lot of people kind of expect here. And right now, they are going to be trading back with the... Who did they trade back with? I kind of forgot. They trade back with the Chargers, okay? So they trade back with the Chargers, and Chargers move up to number 3. Now, you're thinking, why would you do that? Well, Philip Rivers, in my eyes, seems like he's done. He's completely done with the Chargers. You know, it was an emotional moment when he thought he played his last game with the Chargers, and it really seems like he does once he started talking like that. So I feel like he's going to be gone. Maybe not from the NFL, but maybe from the Chargers. So with that, the Chargers may trade up here and take Tua Tagovailoa. I know it's crazy. We don't really think about the Chargers being that kind of team that would do that, but I have them doing that right here. So Tua goes to the Chargers, and the Lions drop back to number 6. Now the Lions do get a solid return. They get the Chargers' second pick because they do have 2 of them. They have 2 second-round picks. The Lions get the higher one, which is the 34th, which is basically almost a first-round pick, and they get their 4th-round pick and probably something late in the 2021 draft. That's what they get for only moving back 3 spots. And you'll see it was probably a good move. Next up, we have the New York Giants, and the Giants take Isaiah Simmons. Okay, maybe not the biggest need, but dang, man, Isaiah Simmons, he's probably, you know, come on, man. I feel like some people don't rank him as this good of a prospect. For me, he's this good of a prospect. He looks like a top 5 player coming out of this draft, and I think the Giants got a steal here. Maybe not a steal, but I think they got a really good player. They got a heck of a player, and it was definitely worth using their 4th-round pick on, using the 4th pick in the draft on. Now, coming in at number 5, we have Andrew Thomas for the Miami Dolphins, okay? Now, Andrew Thomas, again, they're not going quarterback here. They're going offensive line, maybe a little bit different than what you would have thought. But with Tua coming off the board earlier, I feel like they had their eyes on Tua. But now they have a backup plan. And no, it is not taking a quarterback at number 5. They decided to fill another need, knowing that they have a few other first-round picks to maybe go get a quarterback. So that's exactly what they do. They get Andrew Thomas, the best offensive lineman probably in this draft, at number 5. Now, into number 6, the Detroit Lions have this pick that they received from the Chargers after making the trade. So the Detroit Lions select Derrick Brown. After Isaiah Simmons falls off the board, the Lions get a heck of a defensive tackler in Derrick Brown. Maybe their biggest need coming in the offseason. Not knowing what Snacks Harrison's future looks like. Same thing with A'Shawn Robinson. You fill in a big need here, a big void with Derrick Brown, and I actually do like this pick. At number 7 now, with the man left on the board, probably the top available player still available. What top available player still available? Obviously, come on, man. They get Jeffery Okudah. They get Jeffery Okudah here at number 7. I think that's a good pick for the Carolina Panthers. They can use help at a lot of spots, and defensively, they definitely need some help. And Okudah is definitely going to do that for them. He can come in and be a day 1 starter. He's the best cornerback in the draft. I like this pick. I really do. And with some other guys that aren't available anymore, I think it makes sense to take the best available defensive player, and that's Jeff Okudah. Hopping in number 8, we have the Arizona Cardinals, and I think a lot of people are kind of expecting this one. I feel like this is one of those picks that everyone kind of has the same player, and that's Jedrick Wills. I think Jedrick Wills goes here, offensive tackle, a huge need for the Cardinals. And without Andrew Thomas on the board, Jedrick Wills is, so they take Wills. Hopping in number 9, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, there's two players that are really in the mix for the spot, I guess I would say. That's Jerry Jeudy, and that is CeeDee Lamb. Well, in this case, I'm having them select CeeDee Lamb. That's right. I know it's weird. I just have that feeling. I have the feeling for some reason that the Jaguars are going to take CeeDee Lamb. I don't know why, but I have that feeling. So the Jaguars select CeeDee Lamb here at number 9. Okay, into number 10, round out the top 10, we have the Cleveland Browns, and they select Tristan Wirfs, the offensive tackle, okay, out of Iowa. They need an offensive tackle. I think he is the best one available. There's 3 really good offensive tackles coming in this draft, and Andrew Thomas, Jedrick Wills, and Tristan Wirfs, and they get one of those 3. So, I mean, come on, man. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with the solid offensive tackle. Into number 11, we have the New York Jets, and the Jets take A.J. Epinesa, one of the top players still available. They needed an edge rusher, and man, this pick worked out perfectly to them. He fell right to him, and the Jets are feeling good after that pick, and I like it, Jets. I like what you're doing there. Into number 12, we have the Raiders. Now, the Raiders here are in need of a wide receiver as well. And right here, with CeeDee Lamb off the board, they're going to take Jerry Jeudy, and they will happily take Jerry Jeudy. They're like, dang, y'all, you just gave us Jerry Jeudy? Okay, so that's what they do. They take him at number 12. Into number 13, we have the Indianapolis Colts here. And the Colts, they need some help at quarterback, right? Maybe they need some help, maybe they don't. Well, here they get their quarterback. They get Justin Herbert. So now the Dolphins are like, oh my goodness. What are we going to do? What is our backup plan? They still have one. Don't worry about it. But Justin Herbert goes here. We kind of expected him to go around this spot, and that's exactly where he goes. And the Colts may have their future quarterback. As we know, Brissett's maybe just a placeholder. So, boom, you get your quarterback. Now, this is where it gets exciting once again. At pick number 14, I have a trade. That is right. The Buccaneers are going to trade back with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, Jacksonville Jaguars move up, and the Buccaneers receive a second-round pick and a little bit more. Now, with this pick, which is about 6 spots up, the Jacksonville Jaguars, not the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, will select Kristian Fulton, the cornerback here. Kristian Fulton, the cornerback out of LSU, one of the top cornerbacks available other than Okudah, maybe the second best. And they needed a cornerback. This is kind of a surprise trade-up, I think. But Tampa Bay, when they looked at the draft board, they didn't see anything they necessarily loved. So they decided, you know what? Let's not just take a random player here because we have to. Let's see what the offers are. And, you know, they were willing to trade up with them. The Jacksonville Jaguars were. So they got their player. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers moved back to pick at number 20, which I don't think is a bad move. I really don't. Now at number 15, we have the Denver Broncos. And they still need their wide receiver. And Henry Ruggs is sitting there. So they didn't trade up. They were just waiting. They were patiently waiting, hoping that Henry Ruggs would fall to them. And he did. They got maybe the fastest wide receiver that's going to go here in the first round out of Henry Ruggs from Alabama. That trio was outstanding. Now they got one of those players on their team. Up next is the Atlanta Falcons, and they get Trevon Chasen. I think I'm good. I think I got that one, dog. The edge rusher out of LSU here. It was an edge rusher need for the Atlanta Falcons. I feel like they could have won a couple of areas here, but they get Chasen. They get Trevon. We're going to say Trevon. They get Trevon here. I think it was a nice pick. A guy that can play a little bit of a mix between linebacker and an edge rusher. So that's a nice selection. Next up at number 17, we have America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, and they select a safety. They get some secondary help. They need a secondary help. It was cornerback or safety. Grant Delpit fell, and yeah, you're going to take him. Grant Delpit goes number 7. I think a lot of people kind of see that happening. Now, into number 18, the Miami Dolphins, they had a backup plan, and that is to select Jordan Love. Yeah. A little bit different. But Jordan Love, I don't think all the health concerns are there as much. You have Jordan Love, and you're also pairing it with Andrew Thomas. You feel 2 really big needs here in the first round. I really like this for Miami. I think it's a sleeper move that Miami could do. I think they were waiting at 5 thinking that, okay, you know what? As long as the Giants don't take him and no one trades up, we will have a quarterback. And the Giants shouldn't take him. The Lions probably won't take him. No, he's not going to go 1 or 2 most likely, so we should be getting him. And then the trade up happened, and they're like, ah, dang, but we have a backup option, and that is Jordan Love. So I like it. At number 19, we have the Raiders, and the Raiders select C.J. Henderson. Maybe a little bit of a reach here, okay? Maybe not as high on everybody's big board, but I like C.J. Henderson as a cornerback, and I think he fills out really, really well for the Raiders that need some secondary help as well. They need some playmakers on the edge, and C.J. Henderson is one of those guys out of Florida. Into number 20, where we had the trade back. At number 20, the Buccaneers will select where the Jacksonville Jaguars were after the trade, and they get Mekhi Becton, the offensive tackle out of Louisville. Yeah, maybe not expected, but again, it was a need for them, and they were able to trade back, and they didn't have to take him there. They may have taken him that early. So they get an offensive tackle, maybe a little bit of a reach, I don't know, but I feel like they filled out a need with also trading back. I don't think you can go wrong. I didn't see a player that the Buccaneers might love. So, boom, you get Becton at number 20, and it's all good. You got an extra pick as well. Next up at number 21, we have the Philadelphia Eagles, and they need a cornerback. They need some secondary help. They get it here in Trevon Diggs. Probably the best cornerback still available out of Alabama. I like Diggs a lot, and he falls at 21, so you can't go wrong with that. At number 22, we get some more options for Josh Allen in this offense, some more threats. We get T. Higgins, the big wide receiver out of Clemson, who played really well near the end of the season for sure. Definitely showed out, and the Bills are going to get another weapon to go with Josh Allen. At number 23, we have the New England Patriots. It's weird to see him this high, but they get Yetur Gross-Matos. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. Yetur Gross-Matos, the edge rusher coming out of Penn State. Big Ten putting out some edge rushers, and Gross-Matos goes here. And that's I don't know. Just this feels like a perfect fit. For some reason, I can almost hear the man saying that the Patriots select him. So he goes number 23. At number 24, I think the best linebacker in this draft goes to the New Orleans Saints, and that is Kenneth Murray. They didn't want to wait. They didn't want to risk trading back, so they took Kenneth Murray, and I like that. I like that, New Orleans. At number 25, we have the Minnesota Vikings, and they select Javon Kinlaw. Probably not their biggest need, but Kinlaw was here, and he was one of the top players left on the big board. And Kinlaw is going to be a freak. And after what I think will be a really good Senior Bowl for him, or the Senior Bowl for him, I think this is perfect for Javon Kinlaw, and it's perfect for the Minnesota Vikings. Boom, you get a really good interior rusher. And you know they love that defense. You know they love their defense. So I think this makes a lot of sense. At number 26, maybe a surprise pick, but this is Miami Dolphins, and they select Jonathan Taylor. So they got the tackle, they got a quarterback, now they get a running back. Yeah, they are tired of being trash. They want weapons to go make plays, and they got it here. A quarterback and a running back all in the first round to pair along with the best offensive tackle. I love it. Offensively, they were focused on making a change, and they did with Jonathan Taylor. I love it. At number 27, we have the Seahawks, and man, I shouldn't even drafted this guy because I can't say this man's name. The wide receiver out of Colorado, Shenault. The Visca Shenault Jr., okay? It's a good big wide receiver, good target, and we know Russell Wilson needs more of those. You could just watch in the playoffs. He didn't have a lot of places to go. You know, take a little pressure off my man DK. Tyler Lockett's aging. So boom, you get Shenault here. I like the move. At number 28, we have the Ravens. They get Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver out of LSU. I also like this. Very similar situation. Lamar Jackson could use another weapon. They have pretty much everything. They can run the football very well. They have a good defense. Now they get a good wide receiver to pair along with it. I think they're starting to fill out that roster really nice. Well, if it wasn't already really nice. At number 29, we have the Tennessee Titans, and this may be a little bit of a, well, I don't think it should be a surprise. I think a lot of people forget this, but I believe that Derrick Henry will be a free agent, and he will go somewhere else this offseason. They have to fill that back in. They get a similar running back in DeAndre Swift out of Georgia. Now, most likely he's not going to be as good as Derrick Henry because you'd be drafting a beast, but this may be the best running back available, and I feel like the Titans really want to just fill that need really quickly because they showed last season we can win. We need to have a running game. And we lose Derrick Henry, this team is going to be a big problem if we don't fill it out. So they take no time. They waste no time. They fill it out right away. At number 30, maybe a little bit of reach here, but I think this is a nice need for the Packers. They are filling out. At number 30, we have Patrick Queen going to the Green Bay Packers. I don't really want to talk about this one much because I don't like the Packers at all, but they needed a linebacker. You know, they got the two Smiths running the edge, so they got the two Smiths running the edge, so you know they're pretty much set here. Patrick Queen to go in the middle, I like it. I do. I can't lie. At number 31, we have the Chiefs, and oh my goodness, would this be the crazy? Would this make this offense too overpowered? J.K. Dobbins. Come on, man. That's not even fair, but I'm giving them J.K. Dobbins. I don't think they want the league to be fair. Not their biggest need, but J.K. Dobbins on this offense with his speed, oh my gosh, that would be a problem. And finally, finish off the first round, we have the San Francisco 49ers. These two picks could switch, but it doesn't really matter because, you know, neither of these guys are going to take each other's players most likely. But you don't know who's going to win the Super Bowl yet. But Xavier McKinney goes to the San Francisco 49ers. Big need for safety, help out the secondary. And overall, boom, that is it. That is your first round mock draft. If you guys disagree, that's cool. This one's kind of for fun. We also included some trades. So let me hear your thoughts, comments below. Thank you, Prep, for watching. And I'm out. Oh, and also, let me say, shout out to y'all that actually looked at my Instagram yesterday in my last video, and you actually went over there and followed me. That means a lot because you guys were like, I actually got like 10 followers in like 20 minutes. I was like, hey, y'all are on it, and I appreciate the heck out of you guys because that means, you know, you really are being supportive, and that's awesome. So shout out to you guys. I'm not forgetting about y'all. That's sweet. I don't know what I'm still trying to say here. Let's move on. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.